Hello, friends, and welcome back to race 28 of 36, chase race number 2 in the NASCAR Thunder 2003 custom season. Tonight, we will be at the Richmond Raceway for the running of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400. So, before we begin, we'll go ahead and show off the paint scheme we will be running in this one. It's a throwback to the days of Ricky Hendrick. We will be have a Richmond International Raceway sponsor, pretty much all across the board for this one. Kind of keeping the theme of random NASCAR throwbacks for paint schemes this season. So last time out at Darlington to open up the playoffs, Jeff Gordon went to victory lane in a dominating fashion, leading the most laps, and he is automatically through to the next round. I have a feeling tonight's race at Richmond will be very chippy because Bristol is an elimination race. When we cut the field from 16 to 12, it could be fun. Everybody's forecasting a lot of cautions for that race. A lot of cautions. So, Richmond International Raceway, the banking, there's 14 degrees in the corners, 8 degrees on the front, 2 degrees on the back. Tonight's race will pay out $172,000 to the winner. And from the original fairgrounds layout to the 3/4 mile speedway, this place seats 100,000 people. And the very first race was held in 1953. Track record was set in May of 2002 by Ward Burton. Last time out, Bobby Labonte used this track to win and punch his ticket into the playoffs, believe it or not. And we'll see what we do here in qualifying. With the new sealer that they installed on the pavement, you can expect everybody to fight for that bottom lane. Basically, if you're not on the bottom, it's going to be like Talladega if you get hung out in the draft. You're going to lose at least 10 to 12 spots because of the sealer and everybody fighting for that bottom lane. 10th on lap 1 for Dylan Murway. We're going to try to improve this lap. Oh, wow, we missed that big time. That entrance, very rough entrance into 3. I think that might put us 10th here for qualifying. And let's go to MRN.
Monte Carlo 400. Richmond offers a little something for everyone, doesn't it, Barney?
This is a fast track, even though it's less than a mile. Richmond's smooth surface gives the drivers plenty of room to maneuver and make clean passes. But you'll still see a fair share of bumping going on out there.
Johnny Benson won the Busch Series championship in 1995.
That championship was sandwiched between 2 Rookie of the Year awards. He won the Busch Series award in 1994, followed up his championship with Winston Cup rookie honors in 96.
The Richmond International Raceway car comes to the track with the hopes of maintaining his top 5 points position.
Oh, yeah. And all these guys in the top 5 are fighting hard week in and week out to gain as many points as possible. It's harder to pick up spots once you're into the top 5.
Yeah.
6, we have the Sprint Dodge and the Rubbermaid Ford. Starting from row 7 will be the UPS Ford and the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. In the 8th row are the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the Kodak Chevrolet. In the 9th row, we have the DuPont Chevrolet and the Kellogg Chevrolet. In the 10th row are the Target Dodge and the 7th car. Starting the race from row 11 are the 26 car and the Team Rusty Ford. Mark Martin, the NASCAR wins a half point later, will begin the race from the middle of the field. Row 13 finds the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge and the 12 car. The 14th row has the Lowe Chevrolet and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. In row 15 are the 16 car and the M&M's Pontiac. Starting the race from row 16 are the Ganassi Racing Dodge and the Caterpillar Dodge. Row 17 has the 99 car and the Tide Ford. Starting in row 18 will be a Motorcraft Ford and the GM Goodwrench Service Plus Chevrolet. In row 19 are the 63 car and the 46 car. In row 20 are the Square D Chevrolet and the 98 car. Back in row 21, we have the Fan Racing Dodge and the Cheerios Dodge. And rounding out the field is the 30 car.
That's your starting lineup for the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400 Looney Tunes rematch. A very surprising front row with Scott Wimmer knocking off Steve Park in qualifying earlier today. The Darlington winner, Jeff Gordon, starting in row number 9 today. Regular season points leader, Mark Martin, starting 23rd. So he's going to have a lot of work cut out for him. Surprising front row, 100 laps on a short track, under the lights. Let's go. Scott Wimmer and Steve Park bring them down. We're underway at Richmond. One lap in the books, Scott Wimmer holding his own ahead of Earnhardt Jr. and Steve Park. Very impressive to see. Earnhardt Jr. already has a win to his name here in Richmond. So he knows how to get around this track. Same with one of Steve Park, who's been fast all weekend. Look for him to be strong tonight. Scott Wimmer in the 23. Typically, you don't see him qualifying up front very often, but you could see him there. He's getting kicked up to the high side by Ricky Rudd as Jeff Purvis moves to second. You're on lap 4. Looks like Dale Jarrett may have made Johnny Benson has made his way to the 5th spot. It was a car with a white nose. Got Ricky Rudd on the outside lane. Somehow he's the only car that's tried the outside lane so far. And here comes Jeff Purvis, ready to take the lead. Dylan Murway gets the power down off 4. And he will barely lead that lap. Purvis still holds the bottom lane in turn 1. out of the gas. Whoa, boy. Dylan Murray almost got turned by Rudd and Park there just to let Purvis go because he was having a bad line. And here comes Dylan Murray back to take the lead from Purvis. Here comes Dylan diving in. Park takes the lead. Now Park is up there trying to fight for the lead. And Dylan will take the lead going back towards turn 1. And wow, Park forced his way on the apron. Almost gets into Dylan, gets into Ricky Rudd, backs out of the gas. Somehow everything stays clean. They were 3 wide for a moment back there in turn 1. It is Murray, Park, Purvis, Rudd, and Benson, the top 5. Park again uses the apron to stuff it in there and take the lead coming out of turn 2. Earnhardt Jr., wow, he started 3rd tonight. He's dropped like a rock on this last cycle of stops. He's not even in the mirror. Could be a tight condition. Oh, Dylan Murray gets loose up front. Somehow still keeps the lead. Murray trying to keep Purvis behind. Kyle Petty getting up there. And Dylan has to lose some spots and fall out of the top 3 right now. You see Ricky Rudd in 2nd, the 28. As Dylan will take the lead right back going into turn 1. And then Rudd. Now it's Rudd's turn to take the lead. Kyle Petty has made his way up there in 3rd in the 45 car. Definitely a nice bright spot for him this season in a very scary season of struggle. As, Rudd forced his way in there. And Dylan gets hit by Petty versus everybody to stack up. And then that threw Dylan's game off. So now Dylan's up top. Rudd takes the lead at the line, maybe. And barely leads this lap going into turn 1. Murray still turning down on that right front, still side by side. I think they tied, but they're going to give Dylan that lap. Going back down into turn 1. Dylan Murray and Ricky Rudd, last time those two were together, it didn't end very well for the 28. It's Murray, Rudd, and Petty, the top 3. Rudd almost gets into Dylan. That seems to settle down. Kyle Petty trying to make it 3 wide. And here they come. Whoa. Kyle Petty's right side's been very used up. And Petty just drove Dylan into the wall there. That allows Rudd and Park to get away. Here comes Dale Jarrett. And I think Dylan might be waiting on Petty here. Yep. He's thinking of wrecking that 45 car. Yeah, he's going to wreck him. After that little rough couple laps, Ricky Rudd is now taking the top spot here. And he's got a good gap on the one of Steve Park. And Dylan Murray charges in on Stewart, maybe. Remember, Stewart needs a good run here, and Stewart goes around, gets hit by Petty. And the field will race to the caution flag. Oh, that's a shot. Right into the door of Tony Stewart. Look at that. Comes in, then Petty just drills him. Kyle Petty just drilled that man. Green flag. Ran a quarter of the race caution free until now. And Bobby Labonte already, aggressive here. Jarrett gets into the wall. Here comes Jeff Gordon back there fighting for 6th with Benson. Dylan gives Labonte a shove. And forces Labonte wide. Here comes Mayfield, looking to bring Jeff Gordon, the Darlington winner, up there with him in 5th. Thought about bringing him there. As Dylan forces Park out of the way. Jeff Gordon has made his way into the top 5. Bobby Labonte has fallen to 6th. He's currently battling Gordon. Rudd gets ran wide. Here comes Steve Park to take the 2nd spot. Dylan Roy's still trying to do everything he can to keep Park behind. He's ran him down to the bottom. And here comes Rudd to the lead. Rudd smacks the wall. That allows Mayfield to check, has Mayfield check up. And Jeff Gordon has gotten into broken into the 3rd spot. Neck and neck with Park. Gordon started 17th on the night. And he's having a fast car. One of the biggest movers in this race up to this point. And Gordon driving a special DuPont-themed car for this race. Dylan Roy basically pushing Steve Park down into turn 1. Here comes the spring runner, Labonte, on the inside. He's got Waltrip with him. And Waltrip is going to go around and collect Dylan Murway. And, big mess, turn 3. Goodness gracious. Waltrip came into the pack. Gets T-boned by Robbie Gordon. The way Waltrip got turned, I was waiting for more than one car to hit him. So Dylan Murway, unfortunately, will end up restarting last. Green flag back into the air. Similar as Andretti blows up. Wow. Andretti in the 43 with blown motor. Hopefully he gets out of the way and they can keep everyone racing. Meanwhile, out front, it is Bobby Labonte, the new race leader. Dylan racing with Elliott Sadler for position. Andretti is on the apron. We will stay green. Dylan gets in, put the bumper to Burton. Move him up the track. Kevin Harvick, he started towards the back of the field in this race. Had to use a provisional in qualifying. He's not really having the best of days. The Bristol winner could very well be on his way out. He is currently 4 points below the cut line. So after Darlington, he had a good run going, but ended up having that late cut tire that had him finish outside the top 30, which was definitely the big blow that he did not want to see. Even bigger blow here is Mark Martin being held up by Scott Wimmer, the pole sitter, who's basically fallen out of the top 10 and probably the top 15 as well. And Jeff Purvis looks to join him. So Andretti is the only car out of the race up to this point, ironically finishing in the position matching his car number, 43rd. And caution comes out, third one of the race. See how they do here. Dylan will try to get Junior for 10th. Probably Spencer for 9th. Riffing him up a little bit. And it looks like they're going to score Spencer ahead of Dylan going into turn 1. Surprising nobody else came down here. So we should be getting the pit stops here shortly as the green flag waves. By the way, Jeremy Mayfield is your new race leader, with Ricky Rudd, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Steve Park making up the top 5. With Jarrett, Benson, Jarrett, Bush, Murway, Benson, and Spencer the top 10. And Dylan is fast. He got himself in a rather interesting spot. Moves Park down low. And, just turned Labonte into the wall. And a big pile up behind them. That is yellow flag number 4 on the evening. Mayfield will take the caution again. Ends up getting clipped by Rusty. From that angle is kind of interesting. Falls down. It's taken out by Rusty Wallace. Mike Skinner checks up to avoid. And we'll see how that plays out. The field coming to the line. And green flag pit stops. Well, this is our only pit stop sequence of the night. Everybody is on pit road. Mayfield, Rudd, Gordon out as the first 3 cars. And Mayfield brings him down. Green flag. Jarrett looking low here for 5th. Dylan throws a block. A little bit of contact with Gordon to take 3rd. Mayfield and Rudd fighting for the lead. And Dillon it's Mayfield out of the way. Mayfield hits the wall. He's going to bring Jeff Gordon through. And Gordon to the point. Jeff Gordon will get the mid-race bonus. Dillon will come back in turn 1. How about, looks like Shauna Robinson up there in 6th. Oh, Gordon smacks the wall hard. Sheesh. Falls out of the top 5. Or falls out of the top 4. Dillon puts the bumper to Jarrett. Mayfield takes the lead at the line. See how we had the record was 39 lead changes back at the Rock. And the closest we had was 21. That was back at Michigan. All the shuffling early on. Mayfield leads. Dillon's still trying to take this, look for a spot. Comes down, almost gets into Rudd. Dillon takes the lead into 1. Rudd is still on that left side. Still neck and neck for the race lead. Dillon puts the bumper to Rudd. 3 wide for the lead off of 4. Jarrett takes the lead by about an inch. 5 cars in a blanket right now. And if I'm Jeff Gordon and these 4 playoff drivers are racing each other like this, I'm loving life. But at the same time, I'm nervous in case of a wreck. Let's listen to Jeff Gordon's spotter. All right, you're clear. 121's messing with Jarrett up ahead. Watch out. All right, get behind Mayfield. Get behind Mayfield here. Oh. Watch the 121. Good save. Get him out of there. Still there. 121 on the inside. 121 outside. Car outside. Car outside. You are clear. It's just you, Mayfield, and Rudd in front of you. The top 3. Good job, bud. Good work. Stay disciplined to the bottom and let the rest sort itself out. Stay to the bottom. Stay to the bottom. Let the rest sort itself out. Keep running that line. Good job. Now Dillon's messing with Dale Jarrett here, so watch out. Still there, inside. Clear. He's going to send it on Mayfield here. Watch out. And clear. Just you and Jarrett here for position. You wouldn't think for a short track that you'd have this much spotter info that you have to relay to your driver. But if you're the spotter of Jeff Gordon, you better have a big paycheck here. Because this is just the warm-up for Bristol, which is even tighter than this. And you're on top of everybody. Man, you got cars behind, cars in front, cars slowing up. Your goal is it's good that you advance to the playoffs, but your goal is to keep that car as clean as possible. Meanwhile, out front, Ricky Rudd has escaped the field of chaos somehow. We've had 4 cautions up to this point, and 2 cars have fallen out of the race that we know of. Obviously, John Andretti with the engine and Bobby Labonte getting caught up in that crash with Rusty Wallace. So 41 laps to go here in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400. Ricky Rudd is the 2001 winner of this event, and he looks to repeat here in this one and possibly get his first win of the year and punch his ticket into the round of 12 with Jeff Gordon. Rudd comes in front of Murway. Here comes Dillon forcing his way to the lead. He'll take it at the line. It's 2 cars up front battling for the race win. for the lead here with 40 to go. Plenty of time. And Dylan's racing like it's 2 to go because he just ran Ricky Rudd up high. That allowed Jarrett to close up a little bit. We got Gordon up there in 4th, battling with Jarrett for 3rd. 2 Fords, 2 Chevrolets here fighting for the win at Richmond. Dylan moves right up the hill. A little bit. Wow, that was kind of a tight move there. And nearly ran Rudd into the wall. Jarrett's there in 3rd. You got Gordon in 4th. You got 4 cars in a blanket here at Richmond fighting for the lead near the middle stages of this event. So while we do that, let's look through the mid-race updates of the running order. So Dylan Murway, Ricky Rudd, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, Jeremy Mayfield are the top 5. Another solid run by Ricky Craven in 6th. Steve Park is 7th. He's led a couple laps tonight. Shauna Robinson, very solid run due to pit strategy. She's in 8th. And Earnhardt Jr. and Jimmy Johnson round out the top 10. Obviously, Jarrett needs a good run here. So does Ricky Rudd just to get out of that basement in terms of being eliminated after Bristol. Todd Bodine, Frank Kimmel, Greg Biffle, Casey Atwood with a nice run tonight. All these guys here with a solid run. Mark Martin hanging on in 15th. Tight car for him. Jeff Purvis falls to 16th. And Wimmer, he was the outside pole sitter tonight. He's in 18th. And you look through the rest of the pack. Matt Kenseth, Sterling Marlin. Tough nights for both of those men. Jeff Green, Kurt Busch running 25th. Newman, Wallace, and a little while here for the next chaser, Kevin Harvick. Wow, terrible night. Bill Elliott, 33rd. He made it into the playoffs on points. He was the last guy in after Daytona because he edged out Jeff Burton. Tony Stewart, obviously, even worse night. So the bottom 4, as it stands, that would be out of the playoffs if the round were to end here, would be Bobby Labonte. He's got 5 points up to Tony Stewart. And Harvick and Elliott would be the last 2. And it is 4 points to Rusty Wallace and 5 points to Newman for the cut line. Granted, a lot of things can change between 35 laps from now and here, but it's not looking good for those guys. And Rudd barely leads this lap. Clips the apron, gets a little sideways. In fact, if you look at that back bumper, that's a sign of someone who's been raced. If it's a common thing on short tracks, if you can just look at the side of a car. If it's been banged up on the right side, it's been rooting people out of the way, it's been forcing gaps, you've been doing a lot of racing tonight. If the left side's been banged up and you've been bouncing off other cars, you've been pushed out of the way, you've been raced. Dylan Murway throwing a big block here. He's trying to keep Jarrett pinned. That shuffled Rudd to 4th. Contact! Jarrett almost turns Dylan Murway here on the front stretch. And he let him know how he felt about it by moving him out of the way. Rudd back to the lead. And Rudd gets forced into the wall. Jarrett comes back 3 wide. That's Mayfield on the inside. Mayfield with the lead. Here comes Jeff Gordon in third. Jeff Gordon started 17th tonight, and he is well on his way to the lead if Mayfield and Dillon start mixing things up here. Contact. Mayfield still on that inside. I can't tell you how many times that lead changed in the past few laps or so. Mayfield has the lead. Jarrett has the outside lane. Mayfield's on the apron. Here comes Jeff Gordon here in third. He takes second away from Dillon. And Dillon comes back. He's going to clear Mayfield here going into one. There's Gordon up there. He's the lead. He's in second. He's got a strong car. He could very well earn his 6th win of the year tonight if things keep going like this. That's Craven up there in third. And Craven gets into Jarrett. Sorry, he gets into Ricky Rudd. And Murway just drove Jarrett into the wall. This is getting physical. I like this. This kind of racing. This is some physical stuff. Craven gets into Rudd. Mayfield gets into the wall. Dillon's been using up Dale Jarrett, and if I'm a Jeff Gordon fan, I'm just like, keep mixing things up. Keep my car clean. I need the points. I mean, you got the win, but never hurts to have more, because the more wins you have, the better your seeding chances will be heading into California. And, of course, the rest of the playoffs, if there are different winners, will be sorted out simply by wins during the regular season, top 5s, top 10s, etc., when the field gets cut to 12 after Bristol. $25 to go. I think Dillon's been working that 88 car. And Jarrett goes around. And, he gets hammered by Craven. Hard lick. Caution is out again. That's what happens when you crash when you're banging in all those cars. That is hard contact. He landed right in the path of Craven, hit him square on. So that's 2 more cars out of the race. And amazingly, that didn't take any more cars out. 21 to go. Dillon immediately looks to the inside of Jeff. Can't quite get him here. Car's starting to push. Murway throws a big block, gets in. Somehow that wasn't a crash. 20 to go. Jeff Gordon, Dillon Murway, 1-2 at Richmond. Earnhardt, that's Shauna Robinson up there in 4th. He can mix things up by the time Robinson could make things real interesting if she's able to get to Dillon Murway and Jeff Gordon. But so far, Gordon's got a fast race car. And Dillon's about to take the lead from him here. Barely led that lap. Gordon takes it, and then Dillon will have the advantage going into turn 1. Murway goes high. Gordon down low for second. For the lead. Dillon throws a block on Gordon. Contact. Wow. Gordon getting a little chippy there. That was almost big. He's on that left. He was on that bumper. Really surprised Dylan didn't just straight put the bumper to Gordon. Still neck and neck here at the line. Looks like going to give it to Gordon that lap. Dylan goes into turn 1. Gordon takes the lead back. Dylan takes the lead. Gordon has the lead. Dylan is in second. Dylan is on that 24 car. Though I'm thinking if it came down to it, Dylan and Jeff Gordon could be friends off the track, but on the track, I'm putting the bumper to Jeff Gordon because there's a spot in the round of 12, and there's a chance that you don't have to deal with Bristol. Well, you can actually relax at Bristol anyway. Even though you got high, if you're high on points aren't the be-all, end-all because you can easily lose all those points in a crash on the racetrack. 13 to go. This is awesome. Dylan Murway and Jeff Gordon battling for the win. If these two keeps mixing things up the way they are, Gordon pulled a crossover off 4. Gordon gets the lead at the line going back into turn 1. In fact, somehow with the way these two have been racing, Gordon's actually pulled away. The two have pulled away by 2 seconds on the one of Steve Park. I think they might give that one to Gordon again. Park did eat into that lead by 2/10. Dylan has the spot off 2. Takes it by probably half an inch. Dylan punching the back bumper of Gordon's car. 10 to go. Gordon gets onto the apron. Or clips it. Somehow that wasn't an incident. 91 laps complete. Here at Richmond, these two have really started to get a little chippy here. Dylan puts a shot on the back bumper of Gordon. Coming to the line, looks like Dylan takes the lead. No, Gordon gets the spot. Dylan getting real chippy here. You just shove Gordon out of the lead. Wearing that left front down. Dylan up high. Gordon down low. 8 to go. By the way, if we are at a caution, we are getting tight on the red flag lap, ensuring a green flag finish. So this could get interesting. Dylan is just beating that back bumper in on the 24. Look at the damage on that car. I think they're going to give that one to Gordon, though. They're still in the same groove. Dylan is turning on that 24. Dylan leans off of Gordon. Dylan takes it, the lead off 4. Can he get it at the line this time? Contact. Dylan has the lead with 6 to go. Gordon to the lead on the inside. Steve Park nowhere to be seen. 5 to go. Dylan Murway has led the most laps. That may help him in clinching a spot in the next round. Dylan shoves the door. He's got Gordon all over him. Remember the Gordon and Rusty battles at Bristol? You're seeing that here at Richmond. Dylan Murray is just mirror driving the piss out of Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Gordon could very easily give him a nice little thwack up the groove. Man, this is getting good. Out of turn 4, Dylan clips the apron at the line. 3 to go. 3/100ths of a second separate Dylan Murray and Jeff Gordon. Murray goes high. Gordon goes low. Still neck and neck going into turn 3. Murray and Gordon, they touch again. Could there be smoke off the 121? 2 to go. Gordon comes high. Dylan goes low. Dylan takes the lead. Gordon comes back. They've been doing this for the past 10 laps. It's somehow Park has not gotten to him. Out of turn 4, Jeff Gordon will see the white flag here at Richmond. Dylan takes a shot to the bumper of Gordon, moves him up the track. Dylan takes the lead off 2. Dylan hits the wall. Gordon has one last shot. Up the track he goes. Neck and neck. Coming to the line. And Dylan almost gets turned, but wins at Richmond. How about this? Dylan Murray in a last and probably the best battle for the win on a long green flag run that we've seen. Dylan Murray beats and bangs his way through the pack on a late restart. Almost gets turned off at turn 4 off of the bumper of Gordon and wins.
Boy, do we see a lot of different leaders in this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Seemed like every time I looked up,
How about this?
it was a busy race for those guys, battling for the top spot.
And the 121 car is the big winner in this one.
And rightfully so. He was fast all race long. That whole team deserves a lot of credit for a great win.
From all of us at EA Sports and MRN, thanks for joining us for this evening's race. We'll see you next time.
Well, watch this. Coming off 4. They're neck and neck here. Amazing finish. Dylan, he's trying to scrub off speed by basically shoving Gordon to the grass. He should have gotten turned right there. I don't know how Dylan didn't get crashed. Because that should have been Dylan spinning through the grass right there. And Jeff Gordon should have been in victory lane. Fifth win of the season for Dylan Murray in probably the craziest fashion possible. Turns him sideways. Should have been a wreck. I'll tell you this, that should have been a wreck. So how about this top 10? Dylan Murray wins tonight at Richmond. Jeff Gordon finishes second. Steve Park third. Dale Earnhardt Jr. fourth. Mark Martin fifth. Jimmy Johnson sixth. Jeremy Mayfield seventh. Todd Bodine with a great run tonight in eighth. Frank Kimmel finishes ninth. And Shauna Robinson ends up 10th. Second most lead changes this season, compared to North Carolina having 39. So, Dylan Murray will bag $172,000 for his win, 5 caution flags for 9 laps. 33 lead changes, time of race 51 minutes, average speed 86 miles an hour, and the margin of victory 12 100ths of a second. So 33 lead changes among nine drivers. So the cars that fell out of the race, John Andretti, Bobby Labonte, Ricky Craven, and Dale Jarrett all fell out of tonight's race due to 3 of these drivers due to crashes and 1 with a blown engine. As of right now, the drivers that are below the cut line, Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, Bill Elliott, and Tony Stewart are below the cut line. Tony Stewart is currently 3 points out behind Kenseth, 4 Wallace, 4 behind Kenseth, and seven behind Kurt Busch, and 9 behind Kevin Harvick, who rebounded quite nicely, actually, starting 36th. And we're going to a race at Bristol where Harvick won earlier this year. So Bobby Labonte and Dale Jarrett are definitely in a hole heading into Bristol. So take a look at the regular season points, how that shakes out. Jeff Gordon could be the drive for 5, may have just kicked in overdrive if we're talking in the regular season points. Jeff Gordon and Dylan Murway are both through to the round of 12 after this. Again, Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, Bill Elliott, and Tony Stewart are all fighting for their playoff lives at Bristol. So, weekly awards. Scott Limmer won the pole. Dylan Murway led the most laps. Shauna Robinson passed the most cars. Dale Jarrett had the best lap. Dylan Murway was the best rookie with his 5th win of the year. Sorry, 6th win, by the way. Jeff Gordon had 5 wins compared to Dylan's 6. I misspoke earlier. And Scott Wimmer made the best pass of the race. Dylan Murway opens the lead to about 54 points over Jimmy Johnson in the Rookie of the Year battle. Scott Wimmer somehow moves up in the pole conversation. So we have 15 drivers who've won poles this season. Chevrolet is continuing a stranglehold on the manufacturer championship. In the EA Sports Lap champion, Dylan Murway has a 52-point lead over Jeff Gordon. See you next time for the Sharpie 500. Have a great night.